This video is brought to you by.
This is a piece that I made. This is alcohol inks and it's top coated with resin. And what inspired me to make this piece is fire. Thank y'all so much for stopping in at the House of Creativity. We are located on 24 West 25th Street. You can come on in, you can book a sip and paint. I do event curation and hosting. I do all types of things. You can find me on Instagram at Sip Some Tea or the House of Creativity. Or like I said, stop by 24 West 25th Street. Pull up. And you can also pull up at Eat Your Art Out, which is going to be located at 6 East Lafayette Avenue at the garage on October the 21st. Peace.
What's up, fam? It's your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 Times, and I'm back with another video. In this episode of the Baltimore Way, I'll be telling a story of the tragic end to Bradyna Henson's life at the hands of her callous boyfriend, Tavon Howard. Before we get into this video, welcome if you're new here to our channel, and welcome back to all of our subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do and join the Tony 2 Times family. Go ahead and click that notification bell to get notified every time we upload. And if you're rocking with the content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you watch until the end to hear the whole story and my commentary. All right, let's jump right into it. Bradyna Henson was born on February 17th, 1989. Bradyna, affectionately called B by some, was described as a loving, kind, and generous person. Bradyna was a mother of a son who she loved dearly. She was a hard worker and employed as a clinical assistant at the prestigious Kennedy Krieger in Baltimore, where she worked with children and adults with special needs. Bradyna had a long-term relationship with a man named Tavon Howard for almost 10 years. Bradyna and Tavon's relationship had a lot of red flags according to family members. Tavon had a history of destroying Bradyna's property. On one occasion, family recalled Tavon had broken into her home, tore up her furniture, shot bullets into the bed, and destroyed the walls. Tavon had also totaled Bradyna's car, leaving her to feel humiliated and embarrassed. Despite Tavon's behavior, Bradyna chose to see the good in him and tried to work through their problems. According to family members, Bradyna would do anything and everything for Tavon. It was just in her nature as a generous person. It appeared that Bradyna had a soft spot for Tavon and maybe thought she could help him overcome his issues by being there for him. But despite Bradyna's devotion and love for Tavon, his destructive and abusive ways only increased. Bradyna had told her mother of an incident where Tavon spat on her, which of course her mother found very disturbing. Bradyna had enough of Tavon and his ways and ended their relationship. Tavon was not happy about it. Bradyna decided to take steps to protect herself. Not only had she had her backdoor entry blocked, she also lawfully purchased a handgun to protect herself. Bradyna even took it a step further and asked her mother if she can have one of her 3 Dobermans stay with her the night of April 12, 2022. They joked about it not being a good idea because the Doberman, named Primrose, would have soiled her carpet. In the early morning hours of April 13, 2022, Bradyna was unpacking groceries for an upcoming Easter gathering. Tavon showed up at her door at around 2 a.m. Bradyna, against her better judgment, let him in. Later the next day, on April 14th, at around 7:45 p.m., Baltimore County Police responded to a wellness check at Bradyna's place at 14 Windjammer Court in Essex. Upon arrival, officers discovered a woman with significant trauma. It was Bradyna, and she had been shot multiple times. The 33-year-old was pronounced gone at the scene. It was later tragically revealed that it was Bradyna's teenage son who actually found her gone in her bedroom. Baltimore County Police detectives quickly began their investigation in Bradyna's slaying. They were able to get a hold of surveillance footage and cell phone records that gave them the identity of their possible suspect, 29-year-old Tavon Howard. At around 1:40 p.m., the day after Bradyna was found, Baltimore County Police attempted to stop Tavon as he was driving on South Copeland Street in Baltimore City. When Baltimore County detectives attempted to stop Tavon, he refused to comply and fled the scene. During the chase, Tavon ended up causing a multi-car crash that caused others to get injured. He was able to get out of the vehicle he was driving and tried to flee on foot. Tavon was later located and apprehended by Baltimore City Police near the intersection of Hartford Terrace and Weaver Avenue. He was charged with first-degree hit and held without bail until his day in court. During the investigation at Bradyna's home, police found .45 caliber shell casings. The weapon used in Bradyna's slaying was found in the car Tavon was driving. The surveillance video and cell phone records they obtained showed that Tavon was at Bradyna's home in the early morning hours of April 13th. During that time is when they believe Tavon shot and slayed his ex-girlfriend. Tavon would have his day in court in June 2023, where a jury would ultimately find him guilty of first-degree premeditated hit and 2 other firearm charges. He faced a maximum penalty of life in prison without the possibility of parole. Tavon did not speak on his own behalf at sentencing, but he told the preparer of a pre-sentencing investigation, "I did not do anything. I was framed." Tavon's attorney expressed that he was a father of 2 children and said his early life involved instability, and his family, especially his mother, criticized and ostracized him. The defense attorney also said he had problems with substances and had been involved with dealing substances. His attorney also mentioned he had potential to do other things, like music, which they said he used as a healthy outlet for his emotions. The defense asked the judge to sentence Tavon to life with all but 50 years suspended. The prosecution recommended Tavon be sentenced to the maximum penalty, stating that Bradyna's slaying was an execution. She had fatal wounds to the head, neck, and chest. On November 13, 2023, the judge sided with the prosecution and sentenced Tavon to life in prison without parole. The judge described Tavon as a man with a callous heart. The judge said his statements in the report, combined with his body language and facial expression during the victim impact statements, raised doubts about his potential for rehabilitation. Tavon showed no remorse. Tavon was also sentenced to 25 years for the firearm charges. The tragedy undoubtedly affected Bradyna's now 15-year-old son. Bradyna's son is having a hard time coping with his mother's tragic passing. He is struggling in school with failing grades and skipping school. Family members expressed how he trusted Tavon with his mother. Although the verdict would not bring her back, Bradyna's family is pleased with the sentencing and believes Tavon got exactly what he deserved. In addition, Tavon faces 15 counts stemming from his arrest in 2022, including firearm possession of a controlled substance, with the intent to distribute and evading police. His trial in that case is postponed until April 2024. May Bradyna continue to rest in peace. My heartfelt condolences go out to her family and loved ones. Bradyna was loved by so many. She was a beloved mother, daughter, sister, and aunt. Many described her as being real down to earth, caring and loving. She had a presence about her that was so inviting and comforting. Even people she hadn't talked to in years had nothing but pleasant things to say about her. It's so heartbreaking that she gave her love, time, and devotion to someone who didn't deserve it. Tavon only took advantage of Bradyna's affection for him. He took and took until he finally took her life after she ended their relationship. If he couldn't have her, no one would. Fam, tell me your thoughts on this in the comments below. All right, fam, that's it for this episode of the Baltimore Way. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 Times, and I'm out.